And we back with another one. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Daz, and this my journal. The year about to be over. So before the year is over, I done learned so much this year. I learned so much this year. I've been putting a lot into action. And I came away with this. I got 3 key things that I'm taking with me into 2026 to help me grow, to be a better person, and to help me grow just in every aspect of life. And if it can help me, it can help you, because we all human. And we all know what we need to do better at in life. But these is 3 things that I recognize that if I take it into 2026 and I focus on these 3 things and I just build and like hone these 3 things to get better and better, my 2026 gonna be splendid. And the first thing I got on this for 2026 is, the first out of the 3 is set a goal. I'm gonna say that one more time. Set a goal. The reason why I'm telling you to set a goal, and I don't mean small goals that you know you can achieve. Do not set small goals that you know you're going to get done. Set a large goal at the beginning of this year. Set a goal. Say, if you want a new house, be like, I want a new house with 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. I want a new house that's halfway paid off. Just think of something that you actually and you really, really want, and you can see yourself working towards this year, and make that your main goal. I'm gonna just put it like this, right? Say for instance, your main goal is to buy a house. You live in an apartment and you want to buy a house this year. That's your main goal. And the reason you should make that's your main goal is because you don't know if you, matter of fact, let me not say if you don't know. If you make that your main goal and you put all your focus into it, 9 out of 10 you're gonna be somewhere closer to your goal than you was in 2025. Set a goal. Set a clear goal and remind yourself of that goal every single day. Remind yourself of that goal every single day. That's another thing I've been doing. I just been implementing to myself my main goal of 2026 this year. As anytime I feel like doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing or whatever, I'll be like, listen, you want that goal, or what we doing? We doing this for this year for real? Or, just whipping myself back into shape. Because a lot of times we'll have a goal, but we don't remind ourselves of our goal all the time. So it'll slip our brain, and then we'll start wanting other things and prioritizing them over our actual goal. So that's another thing that I've been doing, just telling myself over and over and over and over. This is your goal. This is your goal. We doing this year. We doing this year. No ifs, ands, or buts. We doing this year. And the reason I do that is because you start to actually believe your dominant thoughts. Meaning that if your dominant thoughts is negative all the time, you're going to start seeing a lot of negative in your life because you believe it. And once you believe it, you start to perceive it around you. So make sure your dominant thoughts is always set on your main goal. Remind yourself. This is something that I do all the time. I ask myself, I just remind myself every day, hey, I'm going to do this. 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 And then another thing I tell myself, or I ask myself this question rather more, is I ask myself, how can I get closer to my goal? What move can I make right now to get closer to my goal? And that's what you should be asking yourself. Ask yourself that. Like, what move or what can I do right now, or what can I do today to get closer to my goal? And watch how you just start getting the answers. Like literally, as soon as I ask myself that now, I'll come up with an answer like this. Like, all right, go do this, go do that, go do that. And it's cause you gonna start seeing and noticing everything that you have to do to get done, whether it's your business, whether it's at work, whether it's on yourself, to achieve your goal that you have set out for this year. So that's why that's one of my main, that's the number one thing for me. Because if you don't have a goal, you basically gonna be just drifting throughout 2026. You're gonna be drifting throughout 2026. And if you just drifting, you're gonna end up where the world wants you. Wherever the world wants you, that's where you're gonna end up. And then a lot of times we'll set like goals that we know we can easily achieve. And then with that being said, like it don't give us no challenge to change, no challenge to understand ourselves better, no challenge to see if we can actually persevere and get what we want, what we said we're gonna do. So that's one of my main things right there. That's one of my main things right there. Just like set a goal. Set a main goal. And I'm not saying that when you set your goal, it's going to be just dandelions and a goal path, like an easy path towards your goal. No. It's not going to be just easy and dandelions on the path of your goal. No. But what I've been learning is when you're on the path to your goal, anything that pops up that gives you any type of like irritation or make you feel any type of way or like try to hinder you, for me, I've been learning that those is learning blocks. Those is learning blocks. Learn from those situations, because I'm telling you, you only getting stronger on your way to your goal. Anything that try to come in your path is only coming in your path to make you stronger, to when you get on your way to your goal. So when you get your goal, you know you're a well-rounded and well-shaped person. So when you're going through trials and tribulations through your situations, and you're going through trials and tribulations on your way to your goal, don't give up. Just know that the trials and tribulations is what's there to shape you. So when you do get your goal, you're 100% the person you have to be to contain that goal. Because I heard this saying from Jim Rohn. I'm a little long-winded on this first one, but it's that important. I heard this saying from Jim Rohn, right? I forgot what I was saying now. It's alright. I lost my train of thought, but it's important because when you on your journey. Oh, I remember it now. When Jim Rohn said it, when you're on your journey to becoming to he was like talking about $1 million or whatever he was talking about. He was talking about his goal. When you're on your journey to get your goal, it's who you become. It's not the goal. It's the journey. It's who you become on the journey to the goal. So set a goal and watch how you change. Watch how you change. My fault, y'all. I had a brain fart. But watch how you change for the better, and watch how you change towards getting your goal. Just watch it. Just set a clear goal, though, and tell yourself that nothing is gonna stop you from getting this goal. You gotta actually have it in your brain. Don't think, oh, I'm gonna set this goal to buy a big old house, but if it comes true, it comes true. No. Say, I'm gonna set this goal to buy a big house, and I'm going to do everything in my power to achieve that goal this year. That's setting a goal. Not setting a goal and thinking, oh, if it come, it come. No, that's not setting a goal. That's wishing on a star. So that's number one thing right there. Set a goal. Number two thing is cut off all things that's holding you back from your goals. Cut off anything that's holding you back from your goals. This could be habits. This could be people. This could be places. This could be just looking at just giving your attention to certain things. Anything that deters you from your goal is only a distraction. It's only a distraction. Say for instance, right? You a drinker. Right? But your goal is to lose 200 pounds or 100 pounds, 200 pounds. But you a drinker. You a heavy drinker. Cut the drinking. Stop drinking. And no, this is the main thing. This is one thing I want to get to you too. I'm not saying, just cut it out cold turkey. It's not going to be that easy. I know that. I stopped drinking too. The 21st of December was 2 years I didn't have a drink. And I'm proud of myself for that. Because I'm going to celebrate every little win. But 2 years I didn't have a drink. So I know how it goes. But slow down. If you say, I want to lose weight, and you know that drinking is one of the main habits that's holding you back, slow down. Cut the drinking. If you drink every single day, like me, I used to drink like 12 cans of beer a day. What I did was I cut down to 5. I cut down from 5 to 3. I cut down from 3 to 2. I cut down from 2 to 1. And then from there, when I started doing the 1, it was like, you know what? I'm done with this. And it was really just done. And that's how I'm starting to work on my other habits. Whatever habit that I got that's holding me back from achieving my goals, I'm slowly but surely cutting it out my life. And that's what you should do with yours too. Cut out the habits, or cut out, if you got people in your ear that's trying to hold you back from your dreams, cut them off, detach. Learn how to detach from any and everything that's trying to fight you from your goal. Because I learned that a lot of things is distractions. Us chasing things that we don't even really need is a distraction from our goals. Us paying attention to the fake ass numbers on Instagram, or just giving too much of your attention to Instagram, or giving too much of your attention to things that don't need your attention, that's distractions. And I know I'm talking a little fast. But I'm just trying to get this point out to y'all. And I'm not trying to be here for 40, 50 minutes. No, I'm just trying to get it out in the most simplest way that I can to y'all, so y'all can understand. Because sometimes I'm that way too, where if you put it in the simplest form, it would resonate with me better. Even though I will understand it in complex forms, I will resonate with it in a simpler form better. So that's what I'm just doing. You know what I'm saying? And if you got anybody, if you going out to clubs and you know that the club ain't where you gonna achieve your goal, stop going to clubs. Lower it down, less it down. What I'm saying right now is just take the steps to cut out everything. People, places, habits that's holding you back from your goal, because it's all distraction. It's all a distraction. And I'm not saying that, you're gonna just cut everything out cold turkey. Especially if it's two things like lust and drugs, because those was two of the lust, drugs, and alcohol. Those as well, not drugs really, because I wasn't into drugs, but lust and alcohol. Those are the two things that was holding me back. But just had me in in that, I need it. Nah. Because when I get to my goal, I'm gonna be able to do anything that I want to do in life. You get what I'm saying? Or anything that I truly want to do. So, if another way to look at it is, if you can't cut out your goals to achieve cut out your bad habits, or cut out people that's holding you back by talking negative in your ear, or cutting out negative content, or cutting out just brain rotting yourself. Do you really want your goal? Ask yourself that. Just ask yourself that. That's what I do to myself now too. I'll be like, if I do this, I know that it's holding me back in certain ways. How it's holding me back? Let me give y'all one. Let me be transparent with y'all, right? One of them for me was just being on semen retention, and not semen retention in a sense of oh, I'm just doing it because I want the girls. No, doing semen retention because I had to actually desexualize my brain. I had to desexualize my brain because I was thinking in a way where it was like, oh, I want to fuck, want to fuck, want to fuck. And that's not a good way to think when I'm on the path to my goal, because women can help you build you up, but women can also help tear you down. And if you out here chasing women, you ain't chasing your goal. So that was one thing that I had to learn to just cut back on. Like, you know what? Do I really want this, or do I want my goal? I want my goal more than I want these girls. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say I'm not going to be talking or no. But what I used to be like a player. And I used to want to have 4, 10. No, I'm not doing that no more. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to talk to girls. But my goal is my main thing. So if I'm talking to a girl and I see that she's taking me off my goal, I keep going out on dates with her, and I realize that I'm doing less and less and less to achieve my goal while I'm surrounded with her. Oh, I gotta let her go. I gotta let her go because my goal is more important than she is. And it sounds selfish, but right now, in this lifetime, you have to be selfish to attain what you want. And then after you be selfish, that's when you can be selfless. Remember that. You gotta be selfish to attain what you want. And then after you get everything that you want, that's when you can be selfless. Because you can't feed people from an empty plate. Remember that. So that's the second one right there. Cut out all habits, people, and places that's holding you back from your goals. And then the third thing is, be a person of your word. I sat on that pause. I let that one sit for a little bit because I wanted that to hit y'all. Be a person of your word. If you tell yourself you're going to do something, do it. If you tell yourself you're going to do something, do it. If you tell yourself you're going to stop drinking, I'm not telling you to just stop drinking right away, but gradually stop it. Or be like this. If you tell yourself you're going to stop drinking, be like, all right, I usually drink as soon as I get up, and then I drink till I go to sleep. All right, cool. Today when I get up at 6 in the morning. I'm just going to say 6. 6 in the morning. I'm not drinking until 12. And then when you learn to like master that, be like, all right, from 12, I'm not drinking from 6 to like 5 until you could be until you could just quit that thing. Being a person of your word will help you build confidence within yourself. Because every time you tell yourself that you're going to do something and you get it done, you remind yourself that, yo, if I tell myself something, I'm going to do something, I'm going to get it done. And that's a good feeling to have because you're confident, you're sure of yourself. You can make a promise to yourself and say, yo, you know what? I promised myself I'm going to do this. And you know that promise is going to get done. Promises are not meant to be broken. And that's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. Nobody want to feel like they can't trust themselves. Who want to feel like they can't trust themselves? Think about it. And I'm telling you, you're not going consciously. It's going to be like, oh, okay, I did that. I got it done. But subconsciously, it's taking the notes. And subconsciously, it's like it's letting you know that everything that you say you're going to do, you're going to do it. Why you think, why you think people that have the small habit of getting the little things that they said they're going to get done, usually become the stars or the billionaires or the trillionaires or whatever. Because they trust themselves, they trust themselves so much by doing the small things, even if being a person of their word, even with the small things. So when they told themselves, oh, I'm gonna be a billionaire, I know that, I'm gonna be a billionaire, their mind automatically registered and accepted it. Because why? Their mind respects them because everything that they say they're gonna do, they get done. I'm putting it in the simplest form for y'all. If this don't make sense, I can't explain it in a way that don't. Nobody in the world can explain it in a way that makes sense. Be a man of your word. Like if you tell yourself you're gonna do something, do it. And if you tell somebody else you're gonna do something, do it. Because when you tell somebody else you're gonna do something and then you do it, that breeds integrity within yourself, and then you start feeling better about yourself. When you start feeling better about yourself, it breeds confidence. It breeds confidence. It breeds confidence. Confidence in knowing that you're an honest person. Because if you gave somebody your word, you know it's gonna get done, and they know it's gonna get done too. And when you be a person of your word, you learn how to say no more. Sound crazy, right? But the reason why you're going to learn how to say no more is because you know that I'm a man of my word. And if I say yes to this, to everything, eventually I'm going to burn out because I'm going to get it done. So I got to start saying no. Nah, I can't do that. No, I won't do that. No, I don't want to do that. And then you just get more comfortable with saying no because you understand that you do a lot already. And if you say something is gonna get done, it gets done. So you're more comfortable with telling people no. Just be a person of your word. It breeds confidence. It breeds respect for yourself. It breeds honesty. It shows that you're an honest person. And even though you're not trying to prove anything, you're probably not even trying to prove nothing. You don't care if people feel like you're honest. And that's with me. Like I don't care if you feel like I'm honest, a liar, whatever. It's for me. If I told you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. If I can't tell you that I don't want to do something, that means that I'm scared of you or something. And I'm learning that. Or I'm scared to reject you, because if I reject you, you might reject me. That's it right there. Yeah, I'm scared to reject you because if I reject you, you might reject me. No. Be a person of your word. Be honest. Be a person of your word. And whatever you say, you tell yourself that it's going to get done, you make sure that it get done. Make sure that it get done. Because when your subconscious start to see that, oh, he told himself he gonna do this, and he actually did it, and it keeps seeing it and keep building. Eventually, when you set that goal, eventually you're gonna start looking at your goal and be like, oh, I could do it. I know I could do it. I could do this. I know I could do this. Because you built that rapport with yourself. And with that being done, I hope everybody have a happy new year. This was a hell of a 2025. And I don't know why, but I just got this feeling that 2026 is going to be full of abundance. And I'm just giving y'all some game on things that I've been learning. So, you could probably pick up something from this video, and I hope you just put it to use. With all that being said, I'm going to give out 3 things that's going to help you grow as a person that I learned from 2025 and 2026. The first one is set a clear goal. No, set a goal that you think is a little bit out of your reach. Not even think out of your reach. What I mean by that is set a goal that's big. Set a big goal. So it could change you as a person, and you start developing routines. It changes you, and it makes you say, it gives you basically a tunnel vision on something. Because when you have a tunnel vision on something, it's harder to distract you, or it's harder to have you just drifting. Simplest way I can put it: set a goal so you can have a tunnel vision. So when you have a tunnel vision, it's harder to distract you, and it's harder to catch you off your path, and it's harder to make you drift. It's the first one right there. The second one: cut off all habits, people, and places that distract you from your goals. Cut off all people, all habits, or places that distract you from your goals. Learn how to detach from anything that's not getting you closer to your goals, or learn how to detach from anything that's pulling you away from your goals. And third but not least, be a person of your word. Being a person of your words breeds respect for yourself. And once you respect yourself, you respect your will. And once you respect your will, you can get anything you want done, because you know that I built this rapport with myself, and I'm not going to give up on myself. I'm not going to give up on myself. And whatever I say is going to get done, gets done. And another reason why to be a person of your word is because it breeds genuinity. It breeds honesty. And I'm not doing it for nobody else. I breed honesty with myself. I know that anything that I did in this world, I did it honestly. And that bring up courage, and courage equals to confidence. You get what I'm saying? So be a person of your word, whatever situation you're in. If you tell somebody you're gonna be there at 9 o'clock, be there at 9 o'clock. Shit, be there at 8:55. Be there at 9 o'clock though. Be a person of your word. That being said, I hope y'all had a great year, or I don't know how y'all year was, but I hope it wasn't like mine. Well, I wouldn't even say it was bad, because it was more like a learning curve, but 2026, we here. Let's get better. And I just gave out some tips. So that, put God first, and I'm out of here. Peace.